I'm Braden Berg. I'm the Communications Director at Bolivar Schools. When people ask me that, I tell them, I kind of try to condense it into one line. I say, my job is to promote Bolivar Schools as the best school district in the world. And the main portions of that job are keeping our social medias updated, our website updated, and anything media or communications related. The texts that go out to parents, or if we have a snow day, I'm the one calling everyone, letting them know we have a snow day. So just anything, communications in and out, I try to flow through me essentially. Or if we have media requests, that's, I handle the media and kind of line up interviews for them and that sort of thing. But just trying to promote Bolivar Schools and our student success and our staff success in any way I can. This is my second full school year. So I came from journalism from KY3. And while I was there as a reporter, you deal with a lot of communications directors from schools when you're doing stories. And so I kind of knew a little bit about the job, but Bolivar's my hometown. So when this job came open, I had to go for it. Yeah, so I had a communication arts degree with an emphasis in journalism.
Okay.
So you can kind of have an emphasis in public relations or whatever, but I did journalism because I thought that was kind of where my career was going to go, and then it kind of took a tangent. So yeah, just any kind of communications arts degree would be good for a job like this.
Cool.
Coming out of high school, I had a couple of ideas of what I thought I might want to do. I thought I might want to be like a physical therapist working with athletes. I thought I might want to be a reporter, and I thought I might want to be a business owner of some sort. And so I went into college and took the intro class to business, intro class to biology and the medical field, and intro class to journalism. I just fell in love with my journalism class, and so that's kind of where, within a couple weeks, I dropped those other classes and made it my major and just went for it. I just think I've always loved the news and loved being in the loop and telling stories and that sort of thing, and so that's what got me started at KY3. But here I get to do the same thing. It's just telling the story of Bolivar Schools, and telling the story of our students and our teachers, and it's good news and stuff I would like to share. And so I just always love telling stories.
Yeah. Do you like to be in front of the camera or behind the camera?
This is different. I'm usually the one interviewing, and so I'm usually behind the camera. I don't mind being in front because I'm kind of, Dr. Asbell's a spokesperson for Bolivar, but I'm kind of up there with them. If there's anything that really, really good or anything really, really bad that happens, we're kind of working as a team to tell the story and try to share details that we can. So I like both of it, but I like being behind the story or behind the camera and telling stories.
Yeah.
I just hope that the community and parents and people of Bolivar see what is happening in our schools. They can't necessarily walk into a social studies class and see what they're learning that day, but I can, and I can hit my camera and I can show them what we're doing and the cool things that we're doing. So I just hope the community kind of gets a glimpse into the awesome stuff that our students are doing, that our staff are teaching and kind of helping our students through. And I just hope to tell that story and just let people see kind of the cool things that we're doing at Bolivar Schools. Well, the thing that's always on my mind is our social media update. I try to update it about 3 times a day. First thing in the morning before everyone goes to work, they're usually on their phones looking through Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. Middle of the day when they're at lunch, and then usually in the evening at some. So I at least try to have 3 posts. So that's kind of what am I going to post today? What can I post today? And so that's kind of on my first thing on my mind is what can I do? And then what are the big projects maybe I can work on? What do I have going? Am I working on a video? And that's a bigger project, takes a few days. Am I, is there anything like we had the Proposition Liberty 2025? That was a big thing that I worked on, and so a lot of doing that. But just trying to find cool things that are happening in Bolivar Schools that I can go share. Whether it's a award celebration of some sort, whether it's a cool event like a field day that I can go to. Just trying to find anything cool that's happening in Bolivar Schools to share it out to the community. So
you talked about more of the camera side and the media side. Mm-hmm. Do you ever do posters or anything like that for your job?
Yeah, I do a lot of graphics.
Okay.
So if we have an event and they're like, hey, we need a graphic, but we don't really know how to do it, I'll make the graphic for them and send it over to them. But so I do some graphics. I do, like, we have our new billboard out by Bill Grant Ford, and I made that.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah, so just big projects like that, or like the flyers we did for Proposition Liberator 25, I did those. But also some things you wouldn't think about. If someone's, let's say you guys wanted to share a flyer out to Bolivar schools, I would have to look through it, make sure it goes with our board policy, approve it, tell you how many copies we need, then you guys bring them to me and I send them out to the schools. Trying to think of anything else that, anything big, but yeah, that's kind of the main part of my job, is just handling anything communication in or out of the schools and sharing our story.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be Bolivar.
Okay.
I mean, it could be KY3 too.
Yeah, well, I was thinking my favorite story I've ever done at KY3 was, I'm a big St. Louis Cardinals and St. Louis Blues fan. And so one time Yadier Molina came to the Springfield Cardinals games. He was rehabbing, he was hurt, and so he was rehabbing. And so I got to go on the field, and I mean, he's catching a bullpen, and I'm right there with him. I'm a couple feet away, and I didn't get to interview him, but I got to just kind of be close to him and kind of see that. And everyone came out to see him, so the story was, how is Yachty being at Springfield helping businesses, bringing more fans, and so that was a fun story. And then when the Blues won the Stanley Cup, they brought the Stanley Cup to Springfield for a day to kind of show everyone come see it, and so I got to do that story and just be around the fans and be around sports. And so those are my two favorite stories I think I've done at KY3. And then one, I got to interview a World War II survivor and veteran. And so he was at D-Day. It was a D-Day, it was like the 75th anniversary or something. And so I got to go talk to him, and just hearing his stories and just get to talk to people and meet people that, you know, just have these cool stories was awesome. But here at Bolivar Schools, my favorite project, my biggest project was the billboard. I think that took a lot of editing and just trying to, the one out, and just trying to figure out, because you know it's going to be up there a while, just trying to figure out how to best tell our story just through that one billboard. But my other, I'm trying to think of a really fun video, doing our homecoming video from this year. I mean, I had the camera rolling from 2 o'clock when the parade started, basically until the game ended at homecoming. And so just trying to capture all those little moments and then trying to condense them into a 4 or 5 minute video was tough. But whenever it comes together and you rewatch, you're like, man, and it comes out good. That was one of my favorite videos I had to put together because it was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah. It sounds like I can see it in your face and your voice that it was really fun.
Yeah, well, because I know the students appreciate it. I know the parents appreciate me capturing those memories and just kind of getting to share a cool, big community event with everyone.
And they have it forever.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube. I mean, it's on YouTube. They will be able to see it for as long as they can. So. Yeah. When I was at KY3, having someone say, I never thought, seeing that you're making a difference, and someone saying, I never thought I would have my story told, or I never thought, we would be able to do this. Just knowing that you're making a difference, that people appreciate the communications and the stories that you're able to tell. I don't know, you could see it whenever I get to an event and I get pictures of the event or whatever, and just seeing all the comments saying, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you got that picture, or something like that, or something, just knowing that you're making memories for parents that maybe don't have their phone out when they're in an event or something. You're able to get a little closer, and I'm able to get into the classrooms and that sort of thing, and get to do the field day events, and just capturing that memory for those families, I think is super rewarding. Yeah, challenging is when there's not so much of a fun story to tell, when something bad happens at the school that I have to kind of deal with, especially when the media starts calling and it's like, we have to deal with this. Those are always the unfun days. You're gonna have more fun days than unfun days. When you have those unfun days, it's tough. You have to do it, but it's never fun to do. And you gotta be the one telling that story and be in the communications, and that way everyone kind of knows what's going on. But those are the tough days. So. Well, at a library, you can learn anything through books. Anything you need. Whether it's, maybe you have something wrong with your vehicle and you're like, I think I could fix it myself. You can go to a library and probably figure out exactly how to do it. I think just reading books is so important. You learn so much through books. I can't stress it enough for anyone watching. Please read books as much as you can. You will learn so much through them. And the library always has just cool things going on. Here at the school, if I'm ever wanting to do a cool video or whatever, the library is sometimes at the hub of it. They're doing the cool things. and it's always good backdrops for my videos. I'm having to go interview someone, the backdrops with the books and whatnot. But I just think reading is so important. And you just learn so much through it that get into a library and go read. It's so important.
Yeah.
Definitely, I mean, if you're in school, learn to read and write. Write as much as you can, write proficiently, learn correct punctuation and when to use it, and expand your vocabulary. Learn words, maybe you'll want to say a word like scared, but learn other words to say scared that maybe will sound a little nicer in a story rather than just scared. And so expand your vocabulary, learn to write efficiently and read efficiently, and just work hard. I think working hard is really, really important. I wasn't the best student. I didn't make straight A's. I made B's and C's, but I was a hard worker, and I think that's the most important thing when you get out into the real world is if they can see that you'll work hard and you can learn quickly, I think you can do anything.